Yes guys, welcome to a brand new presentation. My name is Conan and today we're going to be talking all about hate. So let's just jump straight into it. Now I saw this comment in one of our private Facebook community's posts and it really grinded my gears. I kicked him out of the group right away after I saw this, but basically what he said is that I think one of our members posted something of him getting a pump in the gym and he's already lost over 50 pounds and he looked absolutely amazing. Like seeing from where he started from to where he is now, he has grown or like lost so much weight. He's made some amazing progress. And then this new guy entered our Facebook community with like no context, did not know where this person came from. He knew nothing, right? And the first thing he said to him was, dude, what are you talking about? You have no pump. You are still overweight. Like all this just like negative stuff, like just a bunch of negativity. And I was kind of taken aback by that because I usually never see this in our community. Our community is usually like so supportive. It's with a bunch of like-minded people who are all on their own unique individual fitness journeys. And for the most part, I haven't really experienced anyone who's on their own fitness journey bring other people down, right? Because if you are on your own fitness journey, you obviously know that we all start somewhere, right? Some people start off being super skinny, being underweight, whereas some people start off being like overweight, being super obese maybe even, whereas others maybe start off being somewhat normal, right? But we all started somewhere and we all have our like own unique story. And so usually for the most part, you'd assume that people who started their fitness journey and made some amazing progress, that they'd kind of like relate to other people who are also starting their fitness journey to kind of like bring them up as well, right? Because they know exactly what it feels like being down there and like just starting out, like learning how to work out, learning proper nutrition, learning about the importance of sleep, about managing your stress levels, like all this stuff, right? And I just find it amazing how some people are still willing to like make fun of other people for like just not being where they are at right now, right? As soon as I saw that comment of this guy, I kicked him out of the group right away. And so this kind of like made me think about just hate in general. And as you guys know, I have a big social media following on my TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat, YouTube, you name it. And I have gotten accustomed to getting quite a bit of hate on a daily basis. And it's something that I had to kind of like learn or maybe just like deal with, maybe like not the wrong way, but I just kind of got thrown into the deep end, right? Like no one taught me about it. No one taught me about how to deal with it. No one really showed me like what I should do when I do experience something like that, right? So I kind of like figured this out on myself. So I wrote down a couple notes of what I personally do to kind of like not let it affect me as much. And whenever I remind myself of these points that I'm about to share with you in today's presentation, it like really helps me out. Like whenever I get hate and then I look back on these notes, I'm like, yeah, you know what? I feel a lot better about this. So the first thing I do want to start with is that hate never comes from above. I want you guys to think about when was the last time you saw this super successful person try to drag down someone that is below them. Like think of like, okay, let's say soccer. First thing that comes to mind, I love watching soccer, I love soccer. Let's say Lionel Messi. When was the last time you saw Messi or Ronaldo? When was the last time you actually like saw them try to bring other people down? Like you rarely see it because they're so, reason number one, they're so busy on their own craft. They're so busy just like focusing on themselves, focusing on their own team, that they don't even like have time to like look at other people below them, right? So that's the first reason. Most people that are successful, that are above you, do not hate on other people or do not try to bring them down, right? Because they know that it is super toxic and quite frankly, they don't really care about you. They don't have enough time or bandwidth to just deal with people below them, right? It may sound like a really just like bad thing to say, but that's honestly the cold, harsh truth. People that are succeeding right now, you never see them try to drag other people down, right? You usually see it from the opposite spectrum. You see people that are losing right now. You see losers try to bring other people down, right? Because it's almost like the crabs in the bucket analogy. I love using this analogy all the time. It's one of my favorite analogies because it is so true. People hate to see you win that are losing, right? And so for these crabs, right, there's a reason why they're called crabs in a bucket. So instead of seeing other people succeed and like trying to like do their best to like keep up with this person who is also trying to succeed, they would so much rather try to just bring you down to their level and say, hey, come back here, come back in the bucket. We don't want to see you escape the bucket. We want to see you lose with us. Like if there's a group of like 5 losers and you're in the group of this 5 losers and you're like this one person who actually is ambitious and who actually wants to succeed, as soon as you try to escape that kind of like group of losers, there's going to be some friction there, right? Because they may subconsciously start to make fun of you and say like, hey, why are you trying to level up your health and fitness? Like, come eat some pizza with us. Or, hey, why are you going to the gym right now? Come play some video games with us, right? They'll subconsciously start to like make you feel bad for making better decisions for yourself. And so that is kind of like what crabs in a bucket is in real life. Like they won't actually physically like beat you up or drag you down or like physically make you come back to their group. Like they'll say some subtle things, maybe indirectly, sometimes directly, to make you feel bad for making certain choices. So that is usually where the hate comes from, right? Just from other losers. So that's the first thing. And by the way, guys, if hate does come from above, I want you to view this as a positive thing. So let's say I am here right now and I have like this mentor or I have this person that's well above me, right? Who maybe I inspire to be like one day, and I see him on social media making fun of me, or I see him try to bring me down, right? Or it could be anything, right? When I see that now, and if you were to ask me this maybe a year or two ago, I would have been like, oh my goodness, that would have been horrible. But now, the way I think about it now, firstly, it is great marketing. Like if someone on your social media page or just someone in general, even just like in public or something, tries to bring me down who is more successful than me, I mean, firstly, I mean, that is great marketing, because someone who has more, let's say, eyeballs, more attention, just has more than I do, and they put their attention and their energy and focus on me, who is below them, I mean, yeah, give it all to me, man. Like, especially on social media. Like, if you post something on your story about me, if you post like an actual video about me, if you make like a critique about me, please post it. Give it all to me. Give it all to me. It is great marketing. More eyeballs on me and more attention on me. So why not? The second thing is, this is more of a realistic approach, but that is a valuable lesson. Like if someone, especially if it's like a mentor of yours or a teacher of yours or someone who you inspire to be like, tries to bring you down. I mean, yeah, in the moments, they may be kind of heated. They may be really upset or something. They may like really just like be upset with you. But then if you like take like a bird's eye view, almost like a third person perspective on it, you probably think to yourself, well, okay, well, this is probably a valuable lesson. Like if there's one person who's trying to hate on me and he's giving me like some critiques or maybe something that I could work on, it's like, okay, cool. Instead of me viewing that as hate, maybe let me try to view this as constructive criticism, which leads me to my third point. View it as constructive criticism. Like if someone says something to you and it kind of grinds your gears, but you know deep down that it's probably true. Like if someone tells you that's more successful than you and says, hey, Jonathan, your breath smells. That may in the moment kind of trigger you. Or someone says, hey, you're looking kind of overweight, or hey, you don't really look good in those clothes. Like you may get really heated in the moment, but then afterwards, once you're nice and cooled down and you like look back on that experience, you might be like, you know what, that guy was actually probably right. My breath does stink, or my clothes do kind of fit weird, or you know what, I did gain some weight over the holidays, or something like that, right? So view the hate that you do get from someone above you as a positive thing. So that's a really rare case of hate. Like again, most people that are successful do not hate on anyone. For myself at least, like I want you guys to literally look at me right now. So when was the last time you saw me hate on someone? And I'm not saying I'm super successful. I'm not saying that I'm super content with anything. I've been on an amazing trajectory on my own health and personal and financial and business journey, 100%. But for context, like you don't see me hating on anyone. Like I want you, like I encourage you, like if there's something on social media or on the internet or in real life of people saying that, oh, this guy Conan hated on this other person, like please give it to me. I'd love to see it. But I personally cannot remember the last time I actually hated on someone. And the reason for that is because, well, I'm on my own journey. I'm too busy focusing on my own stuff, and I don't have enough time to like try to drag other people down for absolutely no reason. Now, the second point here is, and this is the more likely case, is that people who hate on you are insecure. And so people who hate, it's basically just a reflection of themselves that they're pouring towards you. Because like on social media for myself, like I always like, I see, like I click on the profiles who leave negative comments on my videos or on my posts. Like I look at their profiles sometimes. And what I see is, number one, they don't have a profile picture. Number two, they have nothing good going for them. Number three, they most likely just like comment a bunch of stuff to other people, and this like it makes me kind of like feel bad about them in a way, because if they spent all this time, and I have this one amazing hater on my TikTok, and he's actually been really consistent. Like he's been more consistent on TikTok than I have been on posting. Every single video I post, he always leaves a negative comment. He is so consistent with it. And when I click on his profile, of course it's no profile picture, no username, I have no idea who he is, but I just find it so fascinating that people like to spend all this time, all this energy, all this just like focus towards bringing down this one single person, right? And it's so funny because I guarantee you he's spending so much time looking at my posts and like commenting something negative and like having like this toxic environment around himself, right? Whereas for myself, it's like I don't even blink an eye. Like, of course, I'll look at the profile from time to time just to see who this person actually is, but it doesn't affect me in any way, shape, or form. And again, going back to my first point, this is just some extra comments, extra engagement on my post, because TikTok doesn't know whether it's hate or not. It's like it just sees one comment as a comment, and the more comments I get, the more it gets pushed into the algorithm, and the more it gets pushed into the algorithm, the more people see it, the more people see it, the more followers I get, the more followers I get, the more potential clients I have, the more potential clients I have, the more people I can actually help to change their life when it comes to their health and fitness goals. So it's like a win-win-win situation, right? So yeah, that's how I kind of view hate just in a general sense. But hopefully this kind of like made you realize that hate necessarily isn't always a bad thing. So again, number one, if it is coming from someone who is more successful than you, view it as constructive criticism. Or number two, if people are hitting on you, just feel bad for them. Like, they're super insecure, they're spending all this hard-earned time and energy towards you, so take it as a compliment. And again, like, kind of feel bad for them, because they could have used that time instead to make their own video, to make their own post, to actually better their own lives, right? Instead of being super toxic and negative. And I could just not imagine like waking up every single morning, going downstairs to your mom's basement, going on your computer and just like waiting for this one person or this couple different people to just post on their social media and then being the first person to like leave a negative hate comment. It would absolutely suck for me to live that life. So feel bad for them, and just know deep down that they're extremely insecure. So that's my hot take on haters and hate in general, and that's how I personally deal with it as well. So if you guys enjoyed today's video and took something out of it, please be sure to go give this video a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe as well, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.